Okay, next, what toxic masculinity really means and how to raise a true gentleman. But first, Procter & Gamble will not air its controversial Gillette ad during the Super Bowl.
Oh, no. There was just a few weeks back that the ad received backlash for challenging toxic forms of masculinity. The ad begins with men behaving badly and ends with the question, is this the best a man can get?
Well, forget about boys will be boys. How do you raise a true gentleman? Dr. Dain Heer wrote a book on it, and he is here to help. And boy, are we excited to hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm interested in what is a true gentleman to you?
Well, from my point of view, a true gentleman is somebody who likes the person looking back at them from the mirror. And they're also somebody who looks to see how they can contribute to other people, not just how they can take.
Now, what about boys having emotions? Because it seems like for so long, oh, don't you dare think about crying. It's so frustrating and as a mom of two boys, I closely try to figure out how to let them be able to have emotions.
Well, I think what we need to recognize is boys have emotions and feelings just like girls do, but when we go to talk to them about it, it's such a short-lived conversation. Boys have an attention span of about 3 minutes for such conversations, but it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings and emotions, and we need to acknowledge that, because when we do, we acknowledge what's actually going on for them, and then they feel seen, they feel acknowledged, and they don't have to fit into the stereotypes in the same way.
We have a tendency as parents, I think a lot of us do, to not talk enough to our kids and to think that they are just picking up on how you should behave.
Yes.
But you say we need to have more conversations.
Absolutely. I think this is vital, because one of the things, especially with boys, if you ask a parent who has a girl and a boy, they'll tell you they talk to the girl a lot more. And we need to recognize that the boy attention span for feelings and emotions and things going on for them is shorter, but it doesn't mean they don't have it. But talking to them is vital. You know, they've done numerous studies, and changing one thing, talking to children, starts changing how they are in the world. They feel more engaged in the world, they feel seen, and they feel that they have value as a person.
It seems like so many times women are attracted to the bad boy, but they don't want to stay with the bad boy. They want the kind guy.
Exactly.
So that starts early by living up to that, by showing that we can be kind, by being that example, and to talk to them about it as well.
Absolutely. And so we need to start treating our children with kindness, because when you're treated with kindness, you start to treat others with kindness. That's first, and we don't usually do that with our boys as much as we do with girls, because it's one of the traits that we admire in women. It's actually a trait we all have if it's nurtured. And what that does is it creates a space where the young gentleman growing up in the world will actually look for how to be kind to the other people in his life, be kind to the women in his life, and that creates a totally different scenario.
So practice what you preach.
Exactly.
There, right? Okay. You also say that it's important to make them aware that their actions do affect others and how they affect others.
Yes. And so what you want to do when they do something that upsets somebody, once again, you want to talk to them about it, and not from the point of view of making them wrong, though. This is really crucial, because we tend to try to make our kids wrong as though that'll make them a better person. But it doesn't. It gives them a sense of wrongness that they try to overcome by having power over other people. So you want to acknowledge when they do something that contributes to somebody, makes their life better. You also want to acknowledge when they create an upset and say, hey, is this really the effect you want to create? Not, you're wrong for doing this.
You talk to people all over the world about topics like this. What is your feedback? Do you ever hear from people who say, you know what, I tried that, and they're feeling a difference? Do you ever hear that?
Oh, that's the most wonderful thing I hear, and I literally have thousands of emails of people saying, thank you so much, this one change in perspective. Like, for example, I started talking to my young boy, and he's a different person. He used to lash out, but that was because he was closed in and didn't have any way of expressing it. Now, when you're actually reaching into his world, and they would say, so I've gotten so much feedback from people using these really simple things, and a lot of times it's the simple things that change the most.
Keeping them out of those stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever hear from parents who say, look, I feel like I'm constantly teaching, or I'm over teaching of how my kids should be, and then all of a sudden they're losing themselves in this, and how do you overcome that?
Well, there's a difference between teaching and speaking with them about what's true for them. One of the other things we need to learn to do is actually to ask our children questions. So what was going on for you? What was that like for you? You did that for what reason? And then they can give us what's going on for them, and then we're not talking down at them. We're here talking to them.
You're on their level.
Yeah, you're on their level, but at the same time, you're the one with more awareness. You're the one with life experience. From my point of view, our job as parents is actually to teach our kids how to be successful in the world and not to show them right from wrong, but that our choices have actions.
You've sparked quite a conversation here. So if somebody wants more information and they want it now, how do they find your book?
Well, they can get the book on all the normal channels, you know, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, etc. Or you can go to my website, drdainheer.com, and there are those conversations and many others.
Wonderful. Well, here is to raising happy, successful boys. All right.
Healthy, good guys.
Yes.
That's right.
I like that plan.
Me too.
I'm going to use your tips.
Please do. Let me know how it goes.
Take a note to self. I'll send you that email.
Thank you.
Well, a new